Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Exciting news! Since last week we are seeing a cleanup of the horrible canonical abuse, and I am here to report on it because it is a huge change. As you know, many of the SEOs, me included, were criticizing this practice, were flagging it up, were looping John Miller and tagging Google in our conversation saying, look, this spam is taking over our SERPs. What are you going to do? Please do this. Please do this. And finally, it feels like we were heard. So, shortly, what is canonical abuse? I am sure many of you saw websites like this: new online casinos Canada.com. That looks like a normal affiliate website with a lot of well-known brands such as Bet Ninja or TunyBet. And with this kind of traffic jump, obviously there is some domain rating here, jump here. All right, that happens, looks like an expired domain. And then there is this massive jump in traffic. There is nothing. And suddenly 20,000 visits from Canada overnight. And then you check the backlinks and you see absolutely nothing. There is not one good backlink coming to this website. So you are wondering, what the hell is going on? How did they manage to rank this website for very important keywords in a territory such as Canada? If you ever worked in iGaming, you know that Canada is a brutal market. It's very, very difficult to rank there for anything. And of course, it was the cross-domain canonical abuse. Of course it was. So what does it mean? You get a website such as IT World Canada EU.com with DR91. That is a drop domain, it's supposed to be penalized, and it's not in use. And then you canonicalize it to this new one, as I said, to the new online casinos Canada .com. .com became very popular domains lately for this. And then, of course, canonical is the main thing, but on this particular trick, on this particular website, we found 5 different attributes. So it was a canonical, there was hreflangs, and they were using different hreflangs for Canada, different for US, and they were ranking like crazy. What did they do very cleverly? They, of course, did the same content on the website with the DR91 that is canonicalizing cross-domain canonical to the new website that is completely clean. And Google is just thinking, okay, they are following my recommendation for how cross-domain canonical is working. So in Google's eyes, this is absolutely okay because it is based on Google's recommendation. They probably didn't 301 because of several things. It may, first of all, carry penalty, so canonical might be safer. And as well, lately, canonicalization is working or was working much faster than any redirection. So if you did this properly and if you got a good domain, it worked like magic. Honorable mentions: Vote, Leave, Take Control, .com, which was a website for Brexit. So they bought the old one, the .org, and then created the same content with casinos, of course, and then linked it to the new one, .com, as I said, becoming extremely popular and quite expensive lately because of all this canonical abuse. And then this Vote, Take, Leave, Control ranked like crazy, right? Now, I checked it recently, and this one is gone. However, they don't waste anything and they just redirect it. This new website is not ranking as well as the previous one with the canonical trick, but still there is some SEO juice passing through. So why to waste a good domain? As well, this is another one with the same trick, so I'm not going to go deep into it, but why I want to talk about this is that many times you will find weird domains canonicalizing to somewhere else, and you will be blocked, so you will not be able to see what it is, because all they need is that Google bots are seeing this, okay? They don't want you as a human to really poke around and see what's going on and potentially report it. So they might block you as a human, and only bots are passing. Very normal trick. So if this happens, go to Reach Results. Reach Results will resolve this for you. It does not always work, but if it worked, and it worked many times, let's say 50% of the times, it really skewed up our SERPs. The SERPs were full of abuse. Nothing good was ranking. It ranked overnight. So I am insanely happy that this abuse is starting to be cleaned up or has been cleaned up. So I'm hearing about this since Friday. And obviously, I didn't want to report on it immediately because I could not believe this is happening. And I thought, I'm just seeing things, or it's just a glitch, or it's not going to last. So I'm watching it all weekend. And now this is how it looks. This is Australia. This is Canada. So all of the big markets when this was abused so much. This is UK market, very valuable. New Zealand, South Africa, New Zealand, Germany, Austria as well. And here is Norway. So all the markets that I'm usually tracking, all the big keywords that are affiliate keywords, online casinos, bonuses, all of this good stuff, all gone, all cleaned up. Of course, we are talking here about the cross-domain canonical. We are not talking about other things such as Parasite SEO. You would still see Parasite now and then. I saw somewhere here, where was it? Independent Co UK. Yes, very much used for Parasite in Germany. I saw Build still ranking. Tribuna, of course, but that's sort of moving right now to the affiliation part more. Build.de. So I will talk more about partnerships because of the changing legislation and Google being asked not to penalize this. They are being lenient within Europe not to penalize Parasite SEO. So we'll talk about it. But this video was dedicated to the canonical abuse that is by now gone. Wonderful news.